Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Tonight, 2 aldermen are pushing for change following a teen takeover that left a 14-year-old dead and several others injured on Friday.
One targeting social media, the other calling for a renewed curfew tool that was previously vetoed.
Leslie Moreno live in the loop with what they are proposing. Leslie.
Hey guys, good evening. Yeah, and tonight still no arrests have been made, but both aldermen say quick action is needed, especially with more large holiday events coming up in the loop.
What started as a holiday celebration Friday night quickly turned into a frightening scene downtown. Huge crowd of teens, possibly organized through social media, rushed to the loop before shots rang out around 10. Police say 8 teens between the ages of 13 and 17 were injured. Not long after that, another shooting just a block away. A 14-year-old boy, Armani Floyd, was killed. An 18-year-old man was seriously injured. Alderman Brian Hopkins says officers on the ground were attacked, which is why he's renewing his push for a snap curfew, an emergency tool that would allow police to quickly restrict youth access to certain areas during escalating situations. That ordinance was vetoed earlier this year.
Had that ordinance been in place, they could have used the curfew enforcement at 8 p.m., which could have potentially reduced the number of kids that were there and quelled the violence.
And tonight, Alderman William Hall just introduced a proposal that would force major platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat to respond when the city flags posts promoting illegal teen gatherings.
This is about responsibility to their own guidelines. They say we are against promotion of nudity, violence, and the list goes on and on. Clearly, this was a promotion of something that goes against what they stand for.
Under the ordinance, platforms would have 6 hours to acknowledge the city's notice and remove or restrict the post. If they refuse, they'd have to explain why and could face a $50,000 fine for each violation.
We must keep anybody accountable. We must make sure that everybody is responsible in this city when it comes to human life.
And Alderman Hopkins is also calling out parents and families tonight, asking why there were so many teens unsupervised out here on Friday. Crime Stoppers is also offering a $10,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest. For now, reporting live in the loop, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 Chicago.
You know, light jacket for Leslie, but in a few days, that's going to change for all of us. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls.
Yeah, we're going to need those heavy jackets, especially going into the holiday weekend. And then by this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we could be tracking snow in some portions of the area. So take a look at the map behind me. What I want you to focus on here is this brighter shade of blue that's off to our north. That's the core of the colder air mass that's coming down from the polar region. So this is actually part of the polar vortex that you often hear about. So this cold air is going to be diving to the south, dropping our temperatures very dramatically going into your Wednesday. And out ahead of that cold front, we have rain showers out there this evening. That's going to continue tonight. I'll have your forecast coming up.
The village of Barrington passing a welcoming city resolution similar to other suburbs. Now, it restricts the town's police from interfering or getting involved in ICE enforcement due to the Trust Act. Also included in the debate tonight, ICE using city property to stage operations.
A Wisconsin woman who admitted to stabbing her classmate back in 2014 in what's known as the Slender Man case was found in the south suburbs after escaping a group home.
Yeah, police say that she cut off her electronic monitoring device over the weekend and then fled the state. Casey Cronis is in Posen with the latest.
Morgan Geyser's escape prompted a manhunt that crossed state lines. And at first, police here in Posen tell us she wouldn't give them her real name, saying she had done something bad. At 12 years old in 2014, Morgan Geyser and another student, Anissa Wire, admitted to luring their classmate into the woods in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and stabbing her 19 times. Both were sent to psychiatric institutes, and Geyser was moved into a group home earlier this year under conditional release. But on Saturday, she cut off her bracelet and fled. About 24 hours later, around 9:30 p.m. Sunday, an employee at Thornton's truck stop on Western Avenue in Posen noticed two people sleeping on the property and called 911.
various bags around them containing clothing and things like that.
Officers later confirmed through fingerprints that the pair was Geyser and Chad Mecca, pictured here at the Posen Police Department, and quickly realized Geyser was wanted out of Wisconsin. Posen Police Chief William Alexander says Geyser and Mecca, who is 43, took a Greyhound bus to Chicago, then walked the rest of the way to the suburbs.
Initially, they were reluctant to give any type of identification. Eventually, they gave a fake name. Both of them gave fake names to the officer. When nothing came back with those names, the officer pressed a little further. You could tell us, oh, what did you do bad? Because she said, I did something really bad, and I'm afraid to tell you my correct name. And he says, well, what did you do bad? It can't be that bad. Little did we know.
The chief says Geyser also told officers they could Google her. Posen police are not pursuing charges against her in an effort to streamline her return to Wisconsin. But Mecca is charged with criminal trespassing and providing false information. In Wisconsin, prosecutors from the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office are also weighing in.
It's extremely concerning that you would so blatantly violate a very, very simple condition, which is to stay in a placement and keep a bracelet on. And that we have no idea what was going on is extremely concerning to the state, because immediately my thoughts went to the victim.
The victim in the 2014 stabbing survived. At the time, Geyser and Wire, who is the other student who took part, said they were inspired by a fictional internet character named Slender Man. Geyser has been transported to a Cook County facility and will be in court tomorrow morning for her extradition hearing. Reporting in Posen, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
An update tonight on civil rights icon Reverend Jesse Jackson as he is out of the hospital tonight. His family says the 84-year-old is in stable condition. The Reverend has been at Northwestern Memorial Hospital for the last week and a half with a neurological disorder called PSP.
President Trump and his administration plan to review all refugees admitted to the country during President Biden's term. Data shows that during that time period, nearly 200,000 people entered the U.S. The memo also states that green card approvals for refugees during that time have been suspended as officials review each individual's case.
Many loved ones will be coming together this week, gathering around the Thanksgiving table.
That said, you may want to keep a close eye on their behaviors, the signs for Alzheimer's you need to know.
This Wednesday.
If the person is kind of like repeating stories or repeating questions, or if you notice that they are having some challenges with multitasking.
Okay, so while you're with your family this Thanksgiving, you may notice small changes in those you love. It could be a pause, a mix-up, or a shift you just can't ignore.
Experts say those moments can signal early memory loss. Terrence Lee shows you what to look for and what to do next in this special report.
Pay attention to the person's rhythm, right? I would think about what their baseline is.
Patricia McClare Chessier knows what it means when a person's natural pace starts to shift. She lost her mom to Alzheimer's nearly 21 years ago. That loss is why she wrote books to help people face this disease with honesty.
Look for patterns and not just pay attention to isolated moments.
The signs build over time.
If the person is kind of like repeating stories or repeating questions, or if you notice that they are having some challenges with multitasking. If the person is normally talkative, but I notice that they're very quiet, that may be an area of concern. If you notice that a person is forgetting a recipe, and this is something that you kind of know that they're very good at.
Think back to holidays past, how confident they were in the kitchen. This year, maybe they're feeling lost in spaces that used to feel easy.
When you get together with your family members, there's so much happening. You know, so many people are together in one place. And for somebody that's living with the disease, you know, that's sensory overload.
That rise in pressure is something Olivia Montango sees every day in her work with the Alzheimer's Association of Illinois. She says holiday gatherings can expose the strain people try to hide day to day, the overwhelm, the confusion, and the quiet anxiety they try to mask. You're left looking for a way to help without making them feel exposed.
Say, hey, you know, I love you very much, you know, and I would reassure them and letting them know that. And then I would say, I'm kind of noticing some changes, and I just want to know, how do you feel?
It starts with care, not conclusions. You find a quieter moment. You listen first. And sometimes they finally tell you what they haven't had words for.
We all forget things every now and then, but it's not disrupting your day-to-day life. When it now interferes with how you function in the world, that's when you really want to pay attention.
Because that's when the pattern clicks and you know it's time to act.
Let the individual know that you are there to support them and that you're not there to take control of their life.
And when you're not trying to take over, you notice their rhythm more clearly. And trusting that feeling can get them the support they deserve sooner. Terrence Lee, Fox 32, Chicago.
Notice something off. The Alzheimer's Association has a 24/7 helpline with specialists who can guide you through next steps. The number is on your screen.
All right, AAA tells us the mass exodus starts tomorrow. Are we going to be raining when we hit the road?
Well, it depends what time you're driving. So if you're going out in the morning, the midday hours, yes, you could be dealing with a couple showers out there, but it shouldn't be heavy rain tomorrow morning. Once the sun comes up, at that point, we're starting to already see the system moving out of here. Afternoon hours are going to be dry and actually pretty warm. We're going to be in the 50s for your highs again tomorrow. Here's a look at the radar right now. We do have heavy rainfall in some portions of northwest Indiana. So in portions of Lake County, Newton, Jasper, southern Porter County, we're seeing some of those heavier downpours. No thunder and lightning. These are just heavy showers moving through. Satellite and radar, kind of a wider view here. Notice all of the scattered activity off to our northwest, off to our southwest. That's all a sign of things that we have to get through before we begin to dry things out. So futurecast, the southerly winds are going to continue. That's keeping the mild air in place. So temperatures tonight only dropping down to the mid-40s. We have rain on the north side of this low pressure system, but it's this low pressure system that's off to our northwest that's going to wrap around that much colder air mass by the middle of the week. So tomorrow morning we have showers. After that, we're going to dry things out. We're still locked in with cloud cover through the day. Then going into Wednesday, do you see that colder air diving down from this low? So you have that counterclockwise wind flow. So we're going to have really strong westerly winds gusting as high as 40 to 45 miles per hour, bringing that cooler air in. Scattered snow showers certainly going to be possible for Wednesday, but I don't think it's going to be enough to necessarily impact any commute that you may have. Although those winds, you know, gusts as high as 40, 45 miles per hour, that could potentially lead to a couple of delays when it comes to air travel. So just keep that in mind for Wednesday. For tonight, 45, your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, we're topping out in the 50s. That 42 on Wednesday, well, I think we're there at midnight. Then we're dropping into the 30s, wind chills in the 20s on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we have dry skies, but Saturday and Sunday really going to be a time frame to watch, because if we're on the cold side, we're talking accumulating snowfall. If we're on the warm side, it's rain. That's still up in the air at this point. All right, let's get a check of your weather pick of the day. Stunning photo coming to us from Denny. This was taken at Morton Arboretum. Their holiday lights program there. So pretty.
I got to get out there.
I know, me too. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm convinced after seeing that picture.
And take Maeve.
Yes.
Thanks, Emily.
Rock legends Guns N' Roses will be turning Tinley Park Amphitheater into a jungle this summer. They're hitting the road, going on tour in July, playing July 29th. Tickets to the general public go on sale next Friday. That's the 5th of December at 10 a.m.
I'm Tina with Next in Sports. Ben Johnson has the Bears stacking win after win. You might say they never let it rest. Short week ahead as they continue to trek through the toughest part of their schedule. Hear from the players on this Victory Monday. Next in Sports.
A pair of shots here coming up tonight at 10 on the Chicago Report. Congress comes after the Chicago Teachers Union. Plus, what to do about the Safety Act and judges after 2 high-profile violent incidents in the Loop in 1 week. And Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi on why those residential property tax bills are going up so much. All that and more tonight after Chicago Sports Tonight.
It's a
Welcome back. Time now for sports. After a gut check win over the Steelers yesterday, Montez Sweat said, quote, "It's not just the same old Bears, whether it's late game magic from quarterback Caleb Williams, a ground game that's become one of the league's best, or a defense creating chaos with takeaway after takeaway. The Bears have found a winning formula." Cassie Carlson at Hallis Hall with the latest.
Ben Johnson called this week a race to getting their bodies feeling as good as they can in order to be ready for the reigning Super Bowl champions on Friday. And after their 8th win of the season, Johnson's still feeling proud of his team for coming together against the Steelers despite being shorthanded.
I think we got the right type of guys, and that's, Ryan's really done a great job with constructing the roster that way, but the veteran leadership is outstanding. Probably have 10 or 12 guys that I really lean into on a weekly basis just to get a pulse of the team, and they do a really good job of keeping the main thing in the locker room.
Winning these hard games is really rewarding, and it really makes you want to just double down more on the work ethic, the grind, the sacrifice, because it come with a cost.
Not only was it on defense, but the offensive line as well. Ozzie Trapillo started at left tackle in place of Theo Benedict, only allowing 1 pressure against a strong Steelers pass rush.
Consistency. He didn't miss a beat there. Just a full understanding of the game plan and what we're trying to get done.
Good habits, and those are formed, from whether he's playing or not. He's preparing and practicing and dedicating himself to be ready when that situation comes up.
With Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon itching to get back on the field, Nashawn Wright, who filled in for Johnson, now has the coaches rethinking how to keep him on the field after notching his 5th interception of the season.
That's the fun part, isn't it? No, he's done a phenomenal job, and I think he has certainly earned playing time. Shawnee's interception was one of the most athletic plays and phenomenal catches I've seen in a long time. So, and not to mention, I thought what's undersung about what Shawnee's doing right now is how much he's influencing the run game as well.
No injury updates today. When asked about the status of Tyreek Stevenson and Ruben Hippolyte, Ben Johnson said he didn't have an update as of Monday morning. At Hallis Hall, Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
Thanks, Cassie. The Bears turn their attention to the defending Super Bowl champs. The Eagles will have coverage all Friday afternoon right here on Fox 32, beginning with Bears Game Day live at noon. Then the game itself will be right here on Fox as well at 2 p.m. And keep it right here also because we'll have full post-game coverage. In the meantime, the Bears conversation continues on Fox Chicago Sports tonight. Luke Nellis will be joined by Cassie Carlson, Fox Sports 1's Danny Parkins, and NFL Network's Sherry Burris for plenty more reaction and analysis on a Victory Monday. That's coming up after the news right here at 9. All right, to the NBA. The Bulls at Pelicans. Second quarter, Bulls down 19. Jalen Smith turns it over. Pelicans on the break here. Micah Peavy, alley-oop to Trey Murphy for the jam. Bulls trailed 74-58 at the half. Fourth quarter, Bulls down 13. The local product, Ayo Dosunmu misses. Back comes the Pelicans. Jose Alvarado to Zion Williamson, who drives and lays it in. Bulls still trailing this one late in the fourth. All right, college hoops, number 13 Illinois hosting UT Rio Grande Valley. First half, Illinois up 10. Off the miss here, Fighting Illini out on the break. Andrei Stojakovic gets the jam here. Ooh, he finished with a game-high 24 points. Second half, Illini up 9. Mihailo Petrovic drives, gets the tough lay-in here. Illinois wins 87-73. They're 6-1 on the season. Notre Dame taking on Kansas at the Players Era Festival. Second half, Fighting Irish down 9. Marcus Burton drives, lays it in, and the foul. Burton finished with a game-high 24 points. Later, though, Kansas up 8. How about Bryson Tiller? Left open, down low here, gets the jam. 17 points, 9 boards for Tiller. Fighting Irish lose 71-61. The Sky have added former Dallas Wings head coach Latricia Tremmel to their coaching staff. We're back after this break.
I'm Richard.
Trending right now, introducing Flopsy, Mopsy, and Hopsy at the Brookfield Zoo, Chicago. The zoo held a naming contest for the animals. The other options for names included Nala, Kovu, Kiara, Daphne, Scooby, Velma, Reindeer, Frosty, and Holly.
I like the first one.
Yeah.
Who came up with
Mopsy and Mopsy.
I was kind of hoping for Scooby and Velma.
Okay, Velma.
Those were cute. We did like that.
Yeah.
Velma colors-ish?
I think she's purple, right?
Just kidding.
Velma? No, what's it?
Colorblind.
Is Daphne? No, maybe Daphne's purple. You're right. You're right. Velma's orange.
What you're talking about.
I know. It was Scooby-Doo. You know, we just you had to be there, Dawn.
I was too young.
All right. 7-day forecast for you. Tomorrow we're looking at scattered rain showers, 52 degrees. On Wednesday, very windy, falling temperatures. We're in the 30s during the day after hitting a high of 42. And then Thanksgiving Day, we're in the 30s. Travel is easy Thursday and Friday. Saturday, though, could be dealing with snow.
Yeah, that's for the
Thanks for watching at 9. You can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local or on all the streaming platforms. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. CST. Straight ahead.
Good night.
So you only check